and welcome to my Model 3. Um, for, for the first question, describe your thoughts after watching the videos about how the internet has driven change from the lecture of Professor Welsh. I never really imagined that such something as simple and complicated as the internet can change so much and change a lot of different aspects of our lives, such as communication-wise, communicating with other people, not just from the same city or the same state, but also from all throughout the world. How also a YouTube video can also make a huge impact on how we feel about each other and how we feel about others can also leave an impact. What were the primary messages from the videos and lecture? That technology is always going to be changing, but that changing can either be good or bad. When I was watching the YouTube video of watching the reflection of how YouTube came to be, it brought me a lot of memories from when it started becoming a big thing when I was a freshman in high school in 2005. When they showed that music video and how that one guy from New Jersey was having fun dancing. I still remember that being a big hit in my freshman year of high school. And being in Arizona, it was a really big high school, not a small school. Everybody was talking about that video and how everyone was trying to grab what little camera phones that they had at that time and trying to do a quick video recording of dances, and how at the library they tried using the webcam on the circle webcam on top of the computers trying to dance too, and got in trouble. That was fun. So it was fun. I recreated a lot of memories through YouTube because of YouTube. We started building different communication aspects too when social networking started developing, like MySpace. Also, when I was a freshman at high school, was becoming a big thing. So I began making friends from my classmates from school, but also other people. And I also became friends with my own family members. But soon after, MySpace started dying off that way. Now it looks like it's just um, a music app page now, not the same as how Facebook has become. So it's good. Um, so those were the messages I was getting, is that you can build good relationships, good memories, good communications just from what the internet provides for us. And I was able to relate to those messages because um, since freshman of high school, when everything became a big hit, I started developing new memories and started making new friends, started talking to people different ways that I'm not used to. Um, what implications do those messages have for you as a future teacher? Um, I will. Internet's going to always be around, and I don't know how it's going to change when we start teaching. But it's always good to try to introduce the internet, that technology, to our students, so they're always up to date to what's their surrounding usage is like. Um, the and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. The bad part, you have to explain. If it's something like Facebook, the teachers now, I have to imagine, have to explain to those students that you cannot just randomly add people you don't know on Facebook. It's dangerous. So that is a problem with just up to date social networking, when the internet usage like YouTube and stuff. You have to be careful, and they have to they have to have boundaries of what they can or cannot do. And that's something as a teacher I would have to do for my students, is to explain to them what's safe, what's not safe, what they can and cannot do on anything that deals with internet. The second question was about podcasting. The podcast I listened to was a 14-minute live broadcast called 12 Structures to Keep the Kids Focused While Using Technology by Angela Watson's Truth for Teachers. it was just about tips for teachers to keep kids productive and focused while using technology. How the teacher needs to have a set structured from the beginning and set rules of how the technology can be used, when to use it, when not to use it. Have the parents also involved with the rules and have both of them just sign. To also have like information sheets in case something, if their technology seems to have a glitch issue or something, to have a sheet ready for the student to have a backup shoot, troubleshoot backup. And that's pretty much what it was about. Always keeping on task if they are having to use technology, that that what they're working on has to be on that topic set given and not to have anything else open. What are ways that Web 2.0 technologies like podcasting, blockies, wikis can be used in the classroom, like in the Google search? Um, an idea that I have, as one of our classmates has mentioned, was doing like a live broadcast podcast of describing a topic that is covered in our class. Something like that, we can do a book report and maybe even not even blogging, but if we have maybe blogging, but use a web, like a more of an application like Seesaw, what my daughter uses, and have a video, have the students create videos of scenes of like the plays that they have to perform, or if they want to present the book report and they want a video action of being a character from the book, that would be something fun to do. So they can use the podcasting um, for their class, um, for topics done in class. And social networking applications like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram be allowed in the P through 12 educational environment? That really depends. Like as we mentioned in class, some of the, like if, let's say if a new parent wants to move into the community like we did last year, and we want to know the different schools, what they each had to offer, and what kind of activities they had, and what this, like I said, what the school has to offer. Sometimes the social media is good because the parents can have a glimpse of what that school is like, what the principal is like, what the principal, I mean, it's just different things. And when we first moved here to Hayes last year, I was really scared of placing my daughter in a different school setting because I'm not used to the schools here in Hayes. And so social, like Facebook really helped us out because I was able to see what the school was like, what the principal was like, what the teachers were like, and the activities I had. So that was really good. So just a basic outline of what the school was like. But when it comes to um, signaling out a classroom by itself for students, I don't, unless it's on a private app like Seesaw, like what my daughter has. I don't want it out in public. I want something like that more private, just for me and my kids, and I'm sure other parents would agree with that, that it needs to be more private because it's our children and it's their safety that we worry about. And I know, and the teachers here in Hayes have done a really good job. We've gone through Roosevelt and we have gone through O'Laughlin, and both schools are really good about trying to keep things in privacy for the students and the parents, and that's really good. And I really appreciate things like that because it's the safety of our own kids. And once we become teachers, we want our parents to feel secure about their kids in our classrooms too. So it depends. There's pros and cons of social networking being allowed, but not necessary. But it all really comes down to what is being presented on social network, if it should be public or private. Which cloud-based bookmarking tool did you use? I use Pocket, and that is because it reminds me a lot like Pinterest. and I love using Pinterest for different ideas for different boards. So when I think of Pocket, when I was using the different the bookmarking tools that we were presented with, and Pocket seemed to fit me better because I have more of a background with Pocket than I did with any of the other ones, and it was more easier for me to use than the rest of them. So that is it. Thank you for listening.